What's going on, Herd? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Today, we are going to be covering, well, something a little bit different. As you guys know, we did make a few videos, tutorial videos that is, on how to play blackjack, doing the basic strategy and betting strategies, and then we did a 3-card tutorial, and we did a roulette tutorial. And that brought us into getting a plethora of very, very contrasting comments. Some of you guys winning lots of money, some of you guys losing lots of money, some of you appreciative of it, some of you saying it was absolutely nonsense because it's so rigged in this casino that it doesn't even matter, and some people just saying, well, just use the glitch and none of this even matters. Let's kind of dig right into that today. That is what I'm all about. Today is going to be all about the odds, superstitions, and even your general theories of conspiracy. So let's get it started off in the front. Even though I walked in the back, let's get on up front. So we have 3 separate table games: horse racing, slot machines, and as we will start here today, the spin the wheel. Now, I do not think I can spin the wheel. I'm pretty sure that's later in my night. Yes, it is. I spun it last night. Now, this traditionally in real casinos is your worst odd. You come up to this wheel and you pay to spin it, and there are losing amounts on it, or at least losing to the amount that you bought in. You're not going to get your amount back. Now, as I'm trying to say here, guys, these are traditionally the worst odds in casinos. They're traditionally put right up front, as you know, Rockstar very well did here. This is how they're normally placed. You walk right in the casino, it's the first thing right up front. Why is that? Well, it's because it's the best odds for the casino to make some money. So let's put it right up front and let's advertise it with the most lights and glamour we can and some giant diamonds. And well, Rockstar didn't screw us over here, guys. This is a guaranteed win and you don't have to pay anything. The smallest amount you're going to walk away with is a 2,500 RP, which, yeah, kind of sucks, but that's the least you're walking away with, more than what you started with. It's not what you want, but you have the ability to win a vehicle, discounts, or where is it? The mystery, there it is. You also have the chance to win 20,000 in chips, 20,000 in cash. I think it even goes up a little higher. Yeah, 25,000, 50,000 in cash. And again, guys, you don't have to pay anything, so it's a guaranteed win. And this is where we're starting it off because there's not a whole lot needs to be talking about it. Now, if you're thinking, what vehicle is it this week right now, it is the Bugatti, it's the Bugatti Chiron, the Nero in the game, right? If you want specific odds, it's obviously 1 out of 20 of getting the vehicle, the discount, or the mystery. 1 out of 5 for the RP, 1 out of 5 for the money, and you kind of move on from there. So the odds are you're 100% you're going to win something there. It's just 1 out of 20 for the big deal. That brings us into slots. Now, slots are a bit varying. As you can see, we're going to be looking at the max win here on each machine, and they're all right there. So this one's 100,000. That's the maximum that you can win on this machine by betting the bet 1, basically, the minimum bet. Now, betting max down there, that button over there, betting max, that means you're betting 5 times the minimum bet, which means that you would win 5 times the maximum. So this 100,000 actually turns into 500,000. Now, the way slots work in the real world are, one thing. The way they're working in this game is what we're going to stick to. So we're not going to go into the real world slot deal. It all changes by state. But there's a lot of superstitions and theories in the real world, too, where they think, well, they're warmed up on the weekends and they're cooled down during the weekdays. Oh, someone sat down and they hit the jackpot and I was there. I would have hit that jackpot. It's not really the case, guys. There's a lot of variance. But like I said, let's not talk about that here. What I want to talk about is all of these slots have the exact same odds of winning. It's just a matter of what they pay out. So when you sit down here, you're going to see the screen pop up. Return to player on the bottom there, 98.7%. That does not mean for every $100,000 that you spend through, you're going to get 98,700 back, okay? That's not what that means. What that means is over 1 billion spins on all the lobbies throughout GTA, Rockstar gives back 98.7% of the amount of money that was gambled through slots, and they pay it back through slots. I believe that stat. I don't think Rockstar is going to be screwing us. Obviously, these slots are losing odds, but if you hit your luck, and it is just a streak of luck, you can make the big amount. Now, it may be a little bit different in GTA. You can sit there and buy your wins, and you can leave the game and do your glitching. But this is talking about straight up play on the slots, how normal slot play would be without glitches. Slots, because they say they pay out 98.7%, that does not mean that you only have a 1.3% losing odds either. So don't get lost by that. You're actually going to have much higher of a losing odds on this slot machine. You're probably looking at a losing odds of, man, I don't know. We don't know. We really don't know about the specific odds on these because it is video, even though it's set up as a reel system, round reels, 3 different reels with pictures on them. This is a video game, okay? So it's just a video that looks like that. It could be 100 different pictures on a small little circular reel. We don't know at all. These odds could be very, very terrible. Again, it's you don't know. There are some theories with this, with the slot machines and whatnot, but like I said, the same theories that exist in this game exist in the real world. Oh, I lost 10 hands in a row on blackjack. It is definitely rigged. Well, guess what? I deal blackjack. People lose 10, 12, 15, 17 hands in a row. Does it happen often? No. But guess what? They think the real casino's rigged too. This is what I'm trying to bring up as a premise here, guys. Is the casino really rigged? This is what we're going to answer at the end of the video, okay? We've started off with the wheel, which is a guaranteed win, which is great for us because Rockstar turned a terrible game into a guaranteed win for us. We talked about slots, which slots are ultimately one of the worst odds in a real casino. So you can expect them to be traditionally one of the worst odds in this casino, even though we cannot really calculate exactly what the odds are. We just don't know, and Rockstar doesn't tell us. That brings us into the horse race track. Now, this is where I don't really want to talk too much specifically about odds and whatnot, because basically people have been using a specific strategy in here that Rockstar's been cracking down on, and, you know, I have not personally used it, so I really don't even know specifically how it works, but I do believe you just bet on the best odds, the best odd horse, and over like an hour of doing it, you can win quite a good little chunk of money or whatever. This is not the glitch I would be doing if I was using a glitch in the game. Even if you do refer to this as a glitch, I would be doing the leave the app glitch on the table. The odds here, they're clearly given to you guys. As you can see them pop up. This guy, the bad egg, 29 out of 1. So it means every 29 races he races in, he's only going to win 1 on average. Doesn't mean every single 29 he's going to win a race. Could go 50, could go 200 races without ever winning a race. But the odds are stating then he's probably going to win a few races in a row some point in time, or in a little collective bunch. Money to burn, even worse odds, 30 to 1. And yes, you would be burning your money by betting on that. Now, with that said, if you do bet over there on bad egg or money to burn, and you bet $1, say you bet $1 just to make this easy, that means you'd get $29 or $30 if your horse actually won. So with $1,000, that's $30,000. Quite nice, right? So the odds are clearly sat there. There's not a lot of superstition in complaining and moaning with this. I haven't heard much, which is odd because if the casino's so rigged against you, how are people making so much money on this? Yeah, Rockstar's not happy about it, but again, it's in the game. It doesn't seem to be a glitch to me. It seems to be a way that people are going around kind of using a formula to win. That's the track, that's the slots, that's the wheel. I believe, of course, the track is going to be your best odds of those 3. But let's separate those 3 from the next 3, and let's go over the table games. The table games are 3 separate games in themselves, and we can kind of generally figure out what the odds are on these to the percentage. I'm not going to go into the point of a percentage or anything like that, even though you probably could figure that stuff out. It's not really necessary. We'll talk about blackjack last, because that's by far the one that I get the most comments on, the most... It's rigged, it's stacked, it's all against you, don't worry about it, this is pointless, it's just not gonna... Now let's start over here, because this one's probably the easiest one to call out the odds. Now I'm not going to talk about all of the specific betting spots here. I'm going to talk about the worst spots and the best spots, and that's going to allow us to figure it out. If you want to know more about roulette, we have a tutorial on it. Let's get the overhead view. So these spots right here, these ones on this line, these are as close to 50-50 as you can get. Now they are not 50-50 bets. If you bet red or bet black, you're betting that the ball is going to fall on a red or black. But if you look over at the wheel, you have a 0 and a double 0, and they are green, or bluish green, teal. They are not red or black, okay? So that means they are not 50%, even 1 through 18 or anything. Just because you bet black and red doesn't mean that it's not going to fall on the green and take it for your money. You do not have a 50% odds. Now, your worst odds here are betting on a single number, but if you hit the single number, it pays out 36 to 1, meaning for every 1 chip, you'll get 36 equal denomination chips. Let's kind of pull this up, and we'll pull out the calculator really quick, because this is the easiest one to figure out the exact odds. Now, I'm going to make a point here, guys. Not every real-world roulette table has, or roulette wheel more specifically, has a 0 or a double 0. They usually only have 1, not both of them. Now, some real-world, or a good portion of real-world roulette wheels also have the double 0 too. They don't just have the 1, the single 0. By adding in that double 0, having 2 of those zeros, we're losing some odds. So we have 36 numbers, 38 spots, which means the casino, I said I wasn't going to go into points of percentage, but we can do that with this one. We have losing odds of 5.3%. That means the house odds are 5.3% in their favor, which means over 1 million runs on this table, or across the tables of all of the deals, you're going to be losing by about 5.3%. Now that'll bring us to three-card poker. Three-card poker is pretty straightforward. The thing that they did remove from us is the big payout, the royal flush, and then we don't have a player pool. So there should be a sign over here on real games. There's a big sign that comes up, and it's got a big screen up here, and it has a number. It'll be like $59,000. And you're like, oh, sweet. What's that about? Well, if you get the royal flush, you get paid that crazy amount up top, plus the big payout on the bottom. So I will say this, guys, Rockstar didn't ruin our odds in this. They didn't, like, you know, stack it in their favor like they did over there on the roulette table, right? They added themselves in another 0-0. Even though that happens in the real world, they were going to stack their odds a little bit more in their favor, right? Not rigged, set up in their favor more, okay? The game is clearly set up in that, just like this is too, okay? It's clearly set up that you're not going to get paid out on a royal flush. It's going to get paid out like a straight flush, and it's clearly set up to where you don't pay the money in the player pool. So there is no player pool progressive. So what are the odds? Well, let's talk about the odds with the lowest hand, the lowest qualifying hand that you would play. It would be a queen 6 and then whatever else. So queen high with a 6 kicker. If you don't understand that lingo, go watch the 3-card poker tutorial. It'll explain all that stuff. So that's the lowest hand you would generally play, is a queen 6. I told you guys in the video, if you have a queen high, just play it, because queen 6, whatever. What's the difference if you have a queen 3? Not big difference. Very, very small, minuscule points of a percentage. So if you have a queen 6 and you play the hand and you're not playing the pairs plus, you keep that out because obviously you're not going to get paid. You don't have a pair or better. And you just keep it in that you're going to beat the dealer. The odds of the dealer beating you are only about 3%. 3 to 4%. I mean, it's in between those ranges, but that's generally what you're looking at. That's playing your hand. Now, pairs plus is a side bet, is what they call it. So it's an optional bet that you can play on the side, or you can play it just straight up too. But if you don't get a pair, you don't get paid. The odds are much worse on that. Just roughly speaking, summing it up, if you're playing this table, guys, and your hand is going to be a queen and a 6 and whatever other card that's lower than a 6, the odds are in the favor of the house by about 3.5%, 3.2, 3.5%, which means over a million hands, you're going to lose by about 3.5%. Okay, I think people are gathering this. Is it rigged? Hell no, it's not rigged. They just put it in their favor slightly more. Now, this is speaking perfect basic strategy, guys. If you do not play perfect basic strategy, your odds are not this little minuscule percentage in the favor of the house. If you start playing like crap on the blackjack table, so if you're saying my tutorials were BS and you don't have to worry about that, you know, it's crap, it's rigged, and you're doing crazy stuff on here and you're losing 10, 15 hands in a row, yeah, it's because you're playing a game that you're only like 20% likely to win now. It's no longer, you know, oh, it's only a 2 or 3% losing odd game. Yeah, it is if you play perfect strategy, perfect basic strategy. Every single hand, never fall off the strategy guide, okay? Never. That's how that percentage comes into play. So we are in front of the blackjack table right now, the one that we're going to sum this video up on, the final gambling game in the casino, and definitely the most controversial, the one where the most theories seem to be racked up at. And guess what, guys? This is the game I deal in real world the most, by far the most. And in the real world, I hear the exact same things that I'm reading in my comments from old fart people and young, you know, punk kids that don't know how to gamble at all. Now, I'm not trying to call you guys old farts or young punk kids. That's not what I'm implying here. What I'm saying is that if you're in the bandwagon there, that this is a rigged casino and Rockstar has this thing, it's going to be, if you get a 20, they're pulling a 21 every time, and the female dealers are worse than the male dealers, and my upstairs table is better than the downstairs one. Like, these are all superstitions, and they're all theories, okay? These are the same things that real gamblers have. Nothing is changing from this game over. What I will say is, yes, the Diamond Casino has slightly worse odds than a real casino in real world. Did you expect any different, guys? Now, that is only slightly losing odds if you're playing perfect strategy on each table. Blackjack specifically, in the real world, is usually about a 2 to 3% in the house favor. So, over a million hands, 2 or 3% in the house favor. You're going to be in the negative percentage by 2 or 3%. In this game, they switch up a few things. They only let you split twice. They throw a card on each of your split cards right away instead of letting you do your thing first on one card and going down. The dealer stays on all 17s, including soft 17. And most importantly, the thing that removes card counting from the game. You cannot count cards in GTA. I know some people have been asking me that question. You cannot, because of the way that this is set up. This is called a continuous shuffler, not an automatic shuffler. That is much different. An automatic shuffler is what you traditionally will see as a machine in a casino. This is a continuous shuffler, meaning that when a card comes out and the hands go on the table, she puts these cards over here, which is just viewed as the discard rack. Usually that's where money's dropped, and it goes down in a bin under there, and then the security guards come pick it up. And that's not what this is used for. She puts the cards down there. So each hand, the cards then come back over here. They respawn into this shuffler. They all shuffle together, 4 decks, okay? 4 decks of 52 cards. They all reshuffle together, and then it restarts, just as if no hands were put out. So your odds are always at the same amount. Now you're saying, oh, well, if my odds are at the same amount, then it doesn't matter if I play basic strategy. Yes, it does, because when the cards are in front of you and you play like shit, that means your odds are going to be shit, okay? It goes hand in hand. So is the casino rigged, guys? No. Casinos in the 1800s and early 1900s, yeah, those were rigged, where they're pulling cards out of their sleeves, where they're using weighted die, where they're doing all that stuff. Yeah, that's rigged. This is not rigged, guys. Stacking the odds in your favor and advertising clearly that the odds are in their favor is not being rigged. It's just being tactical. Now, again, I'll say it, did you expect anything different from Rockstar? They're going to offer you a casino so they can take your money. And if they don't get your money, because I'm up 1.8 million on the casino, all right? Now, I can't say that's completely accurate because I did buy a good chunk of chips. I think I bought about 400,000 chips, so that's kind of crappy, but I wish I could claim that full 1.8 million. Can't quite do it. I'm not that bad. You guys are my homies. You guys are my herd. I appreciate every single one of you guys out there supporting the channel, but I gotta say, if you're on the damn bandwagon and you're commenting on my videos saying that the shit's rigged, I gotta say, get off the bandwagon or get off the comment section saying that crap, because you're wrong, all right? It's not rigged. It's just stacked against you. It's 2 completely different things. This is coming straight from an employee of a casino for nearly 10 years, a blackjack dealer for 4.5 years, and I will continue to hear this dumb crap even as a gambler, not on the dealing side of the table. With that said, guys, we will end up this video with that. Like I said, I appreciate every single one of you guys doing what you're doing to support the channel. You guys know sharing is probably the most important thing, but if you're not subscribed and you have not hit that notification bell, those are by far the most important things. Commenting below, leaving a like below, appreciate everybody. With that said, as I always, hope you all stay happy out there. Please stay positive, and we will definitely speak to you next time.